Captain Jake Morrison stood at the viewing window of the massive space station called New Geneva. The stars looked different here in the Andromeda Spiral, millions of light years from Earth. He had been waiting for 3 hours in this cold metal room, but the alien representatives had not arrived yet. Jake knew this was their way of showing power. Make the humans wait. Make them feel small. Dr. Lisa Harper sat at the metal table behind him, reading data on her tablet. She was Earth's best expert on alien life forms. Her blonde hair was tied, back in a simple knot, and her blue eyes showed no fear. Next to her, Commander Ryan Blake checked his sidearm for the 10th time. Ryan was a soldier, and soldiers did not like being in rooms without exits. "They are coming," Lisa said quietly, looking at her scanner. 12 life forms, moving this way. The door opened with a soft hiss. The first creature to enter was tall and made of what looked like living crystal. Its body caught the light and threw rainbows across the walls. This was a Zephyrian, one of the most powerful races in the Galactic Council. Behind it came 11 other aliens, each stranger than the last. There was a floating blob of green gas that spoke through a mechanical voice box. There was a spider-like creature with 6 arms and too many eyes. There was something that looked like a walking tree, but with metal branches. Each alien took its place around the curved table. The crystal being spoke first. Its voice sounded like wind chimes in a storm. "I am Prime Arbiter Velthar of the Ethereal Collective. We speak for the Galactic Council of 12 Worlds." Jake stepped forward and gave a small bow. "I am Captain Jake Morrison, representing Earth and all human colonies. Dr. Harper and Commander Blake are here as my advisors." "Advisors," the crystal being repeated. "Humans always travel in groups, like pack animals." Ryan's hand moved toward his weapon, but Jake held up one finger. "Not yet." "We have called you here for a compliance hearing," Velthar continued. "Your species has been observed for 50 of your Earth years. We have reached a decision about your future." A hologram appeared above the table. It showed Earth, then the Moon, then Mars with its small human settlement. Then it showed the 6 colony ships that had left Earth in the past 20 years. "Humans spread fast," said the gas creature. "Too fast. Like a disease. Your people fight. Wars," added the spider thing. "Always fighting, always killing each other." "We have been at peace for 8 years," Lisa said calmly. 8 years, laughed the tree creature. "We have been at peace for 8,000 years. You are children playing with nuclear fire." Velthar raised one crystal hand. The other aliens became quiet. "The Galactic Council has made its decision. Humanity will accept the status of protected primitive species. You will stop all space travel beyond your home system. You will surrender all weapons capable of destroying planets. You will submit to our technology restrictions." Jake felt his heart beat faster. "And if we refuse, then you will be quarantined. No trade, no communication, no travel. Your ships will be stopped at the borders of your system. You will stay on your small worlds until you learn wisdom." Ryan stood up slowly. "That sounds like a threat." "It is not a threat," the gas creature said. "It is a promise." Lisa leaned forward. "May I ask why you fear us so much?" "Fear?" Velthar's crystal body flashed brighter. "We do not fear primitive mammals." "Then why the restrictions? Why not let us explore and trade like the other races?" The spider thing clicked its mandibles. "Because you are different." "Wrong. Other races took millions of years to reach the stars. They learned peace first, then technology. You learned war first. We developed space travel in less than 100 years, the tree creature added. From first flight to interstellar ships, impossible speed. And your computers, the gas creature said with disgust. You make thinking machines. Artificial minds. This is forbidden in civilized space. Jake looked at his companions. Lisa's face showed understanding. Ryan looked ready to fight. Jake made his choice. We refuse your offer, Jake said clearly. The room became very quiet. Several aliens made sounds of surprise. You refuse? Velthar asked. Humanity will not accept restrictions on our growth or exploration. We will not surrender our weapons or our freedom to choose our own path. Then you choose isolation, the crystal being said. You have 72 of your hours to change your minds. After that, the blockade begins. Blockade? Ryan asked. Every hyperspace jump point leading to human space will be guarded, Velthar explained. Every trade route will be closed. Your colony ships will be turned away from any system with intelligent life. The aliens began to leave the room. The spider creature stopped near Jake. Your species is young and stupid. When your people are hungry and alone, they will thank us for this lesson. When the door closed, Ryan exploded. Those arrogant pieces of easy, Jake said. We knew this might happen. Lisa was studying her tablet. Jake, look at this. I was scanning them during the meeting. She showed them the screen. It displayed energy patterns and technology readings. Their equipment is old. Really old. Some of these devices are thousands of years old. So? Ryan asked. So they have not invented anything new in a very long time. They perfect old designs, but they do not create new ones. Jake smiled. You think they are stagnant. I think they are scared of change, and humans represent change. They left the station 3 hours later. Their ship, the UES Horizon, was small compared to the alien vessels around New Geneva, but it was fast, and it was human. As they jumped to hyperspace, Jake sent a message to Earth. Tell the president we have a problem, but also tell her we might have an advantage they do not expect. The journey home took 6 days. When they arrived at Earth, they found the entire defense fleet waiting for them. Admiral Susan Wright met them at the docking station. Bad news travels fast, she said. We have been tracking alien fleet movements. They are already moving ships. To the jump points. How many ships? Jake asked. Over 3,000 that we can detect. Probably more. Ryan whistled. We have what, 40 ships? 37 capable of real combat, Susan confirmed. Then we better be clever, Lisa said. Because we cannot win by being stronger. Jake looked out at Earth, blue and beautiful and defiant. We have something they do not have. What? We know how to change. President Amanda Collins sat in the emergency meeting room deep beneath Washington. The walls were thick concrete and steel, built to survive nuclear war. Today, they faced something worse than nuclear war. They faced isolation from the entire galaxy. Tell me our options, Amanda said to the 12 people around the table. General Paul Martinez spoke first. We have 37 ships that can fight in space. The aliens have over 3,000. In a straight fight, we lose badly. What about our colonies? Amanda asked. Admiral Susan Wright opened a folder. 6 colony worlds with small populations. New Texas has 8,000 people. Aurora has 12,000. The others have fewer. None of them have serious defenses. Evacuation? Amanda suggested. The colonists refused to leave, Susan said. Mayor Carl Johnson sent a message from New Texas this morning. He said they would rather die free than live as prisoners. Chief Engineer Danny Rodriguez leaned forward. Madam President, we might have another option. Danny was young, only 32, but he was the smartest engineer Earth had ever produced. His team at Luna shipyards had designed every human starship. Explain, Amanda said. We cannot beat them with numbers, but we might beat them with new ideas. Danny activated a hologram above the table. It showed a ship unlike any human vessel ever built. We call it the Phoenix class. Fast, smart, and very hard to kill. How? General Martinez asked. Quantum. Shields that phase in and out of normal space. Weapons that learn from each battle, and most important, true AI partners. The room became quiet. Several people looked uncomfortable. AI partners? Amanda asked. Dr. Lisa Harper, who had returned from the alien meeting, nodded. The aliens hate our artificial intelligence. They think it is dangerous and wrong, but that hatred might be our advantage. The aliens use computers as tools, Danny explained. We use them as partners. Our AIs can think, adapt, and create in ways the aliens cannot understand. Is it safe? Amanda asked. Safer than surrender, Lisa said. The aliens want to control us because we represent something they fear. Change, growth, the unknown. Dr. Kevin Park, the head of Xenotechnology, spoke up. I have been studying the alien ship designs we captured last year. Their technology is advanced but predictable. They follow patterns that are thousands of years old. Patterns we can break? Amanda asked. Patterns we can exploit, Kevin confirmed. General, Martinez studied the ship designs. How long to build these Phoenix ships? 6 weeks for the first prototype, Danny said. 3 months for a full squadron. The blockade starts in 3 days, Admiral Susan reminded them. Then we use what we have now, Amanda decided. How many ships can we get ready immediately? 12 ships with basic AI upgrades, Danny said. Not perfect, but better than anything we have flown before. Dr. Michelle Santos, the head of the year AI Development Program, raised her hand. Madam President, there is something else. The AIs want to volunteer. Volunteer for what? For the mission, for the fight. They know the risks, but they want to help defend humanity. Amanda looked around the table. We are talking about sending artificial minds into battle. We are talking about partnerships, Michelle corrected. Human creativity combined with AI processing power. The aliens cannot match that combination. 2,000 miles away, on the colony world of New Texas, Mayor Carl Johnson stood on the main street of Hopetown. The settlement had fewer than 1,000 people, but they were tough frontier folk who had chosen to live on the edge of human space. Ships coming in, called Pete Johnson from the watchtower. Pete was no relation to the mayor, but he was the best scout on the planet. Carl looked up at the sky. 3 bright points of light were growing larger. Human or alien? Human. I can see the earth markings. The ships landed in the dusty field, outside town. They were military transports, not warships. Soldiers came out, followed by a woman in a general's uniform. I am General Martinez, she announced. I am here to evacuate this colony. No, Carl said simply. Mayor Johnson, in 3 days, this system will be blockaded by alien forces. You cannot defend against them. Maybe not, but we will not run. Maria. Rodriguez, the colony's chief engineer, stepped forward. General, we have been preparing. This world has advantages the aliens do not know about. What advantages? Maria smiled. This planet has the worst weather in human space. Storms that can strip paint off a ship, dust that clogs any filter, and underground cave systems that go for hundreds of miles. You want to hide in caves? We want to fight smart, Carl said. The aliens expect humans to stand in lines and shoot at each other. They do not expect guerrilla warfare in the worst environment they have ever seen. General Martinez looked around at the colonists. Men and women who had spent years fighting this hostile world. They were lean and tough, with the look of people who never gave up. What do you need? He asked. Weapons, supplies, and someone to carry a message back to Earth, Carl said. What message? Tell them New Texas stands ready. If the aliens want this world, they will have to pay for every meter. Back on Earth, Dr. Lisa Harper worked late in her laboratory. She was analyzing the alien technology samples they had collected over the years. Every piece told a story of a species that had stopped growing. Her computer chimed. A new analysis was complete. Show me, she said. The screen displayed molecular structures and energy patterns. What she saw made her gasp. Computer, verify these results. Results verified. The alien technologies show no innovation markers for approximately 4,000 years. Lisa sat back in her chair. 4,000 years without a single new invention. The aliens had reached a technological peak and stopped climbing. She opened a communication channel to Captain Jake Morrison, who was preparing his ship for the blockade run. Jake, I have something important. His face appeared on the screen. What did you find? The aliens are not just older than us, they are stagnant. They have forgotten how to invent. What does that mean for us? It means every ship they send will use predictable technology. Every tactic will follow ancient patterns. They cannot adapt because they have forgotten how. Jake smiled. But we adapt every day. Exactly. Jake, I think we can win this. How? By being what they hate most. Unpredictable. The next morning, President Amanda Collins addressed the world. Her speech was broadcast to every human settlement in space. My fellow humans, she began, we face a choice. We can accept limitations on our growth and freedom, or we can stand tall and face the unknown. The Galactic Council wants us to stop exploring, stop growing, stop being human. They fear us because we represent change in a galaxy that has forgotten how to change. We will not surrender our freedom. We will not accept their restrictions. Humanity will stand tall no matter the cost. On Luna, Danny Rodriguez watched the final preparations for the first AI-enhanced ships. The computers were not just machines anymore. They were partners, allies, friends ready to fight beside their human crews. Are you ready? Danny asked the AI called Phoenix. I am ready to serve, the AI replied. But Danny, I want you to know something. What? I am not afraid to die for humanity, but I would rather live to see what we become together. Danny nodded. In 3 hours, the blockade would begin, and humanity would discover if courage and creativity could overcome numbers and ancient power. Commander Ryan Blake stood on the bridge of the UES Defiance, watching the hyperspace jump point called Kepler Junction through the main screen. 200 alien ships waited there in perfect formation. Their crystalline hulls caught the light from the nearby star and threw it back in cold, beautiful patterns. They look like Christmas ornaments, said Lieutenant Ben Cooper from his position at the tactical station. Christmas ornaments that want to kill us, Ryan replied. Captain Tracy Williams was in the pilot's seat. Her hands moved over the controls with smooth confidence. She had been flying ships since she was 16, and there was no one better at making a ship dance through space. Phoenix, what do you see? Tracy asked. The AI's voice came through the speakers. It sounded calm and thoughtful, like a good friend giving advice. 200 ships in a standard blockade formation, Zephyrian heavy cruisers in the center, escort vessels in a protective shell around them. Standard formation, Ryan repeated. How long since they changed their tactics? Analyzing historical data, Phoenix said. This formation was first used 3,000 years ago. Last modification was 800 years ago. Ben looked up from his station. They have been using the same battle plan for 800 years. The Zephyrians believe in perfection through repetition, Dr. Lisa Harper said from her seat near the science station. They perfect a design or tactic, then never change it. Lisa was aboard the Defiance as a strategic advisor. Her studies of alien behavior had become crucial to human survival. Their weakness, Ryan said, and our advantage. Tracy agreed. The human fleet consisted of 12 ships, all equipped with the new AI partnerships and quantum shields. They faced impossible odds, but Ryan had learned something important during his 20 years as a soldier. Numbers mattered, but they were not everything. All ships, this is Morrison, came the voice of Captain Jake Morrison from the flagship UES Horizon. Remember the plan. We are not here to destroy their fleet. We are here to prove that humans cannot be caged. Ryan opened the fleet communication channel. Defiance ready. Ranger ready, came the voice of Captain Nina Torres from another ship. One by one, the 12 human ships reported ready for battle. Execute, Jake said. The human fleet moved forward, but not in any formation the aliens would recognize. Each ship moved independently, following a pattern that changed every few seconds. The AIs were talking to each other, sharing information and adapting their movements in real time. They are responding, Phoenix reported. The alien fleet is moving to intercept. On the main screen, Ryan watched the alien ships begin to move. They moved like a school of fish, all turning in the same direction at the same time. Beautiful, but predictable. Begin Phase 1, Tracy said. The Defiance, suddenly, split into what looked like 5 different ships. The quantum shields created perfect holographic copies that moved independently. To the aliens, it looked like the human fleet had just tripled in size. Confusion in their ranks, Ben reported. They are trying to target all the copies. Phoenix, deploy the swarm, Ryan ordered. From the belly of the Defiance, 100 small drones launched into space. Each drone was no bigger than a basketball, but they carried the processing power of a supercomputer. They moved like a cloud of angry bees toward the alien fleet. The Zephyrian ships opened fire. Beams of white energy lanced out toward the drones, but the little machines were not there anymore. They moved in patterns that seemed random but were actually carefully calculated by their AI minds. Drones engaging, Phoenix reported. The swarm reached the alien fleet and began to attack, but they did not attack the ships. They attacked the communication arrays. Dr. Harper smiled. The aliens coordinate their fleets through subspace harmonics, disrupt the harmonics, disrupt their coordination. The effect was immediate. The perfect alien formation began to wobble. Ships moved out of position. Some stopped firing to avoid hitting their own vessels. They are trying to adapt, Ben said. Too late, Tracy said, pushing the ship's engines to maximum. All ships, execute Morrison's Gambit. Ryan had never heard of Morrison's Gambit, but he trusted Jake Morrison. The captain had never lost a battle, and he was not about to start now. On the main screen, Ryan watched the UES Horizon do something impossible. The ship jumped into hyperspace for exactly 3 seconds, then jumped back into normal space directly in the middle of the alien formation. That is insane, Ben breathed. That is genius, Phoenix corrected. The alien ships cannot fire without hitting each other. The Horizon opened fire with every weapon it had. At point-blank range, the human ship destroyed 6 alien vessels in 10 seconds. Then it jumped away before the aliens could respond. All ships follow the Horizon's lead, Ryan ordered. The human fleet began a deadly dance. Ships would jump into hyperspace, appear inside the alien formation, fire everything they had, then jump away. The aliens had never seen tactics like this. Their formation is collapsing, Lisa observed. Zephyrian command ship is pulling back, Ben reported. No, Ryan said. We do not let them regroup. Tracy, take us in. The Defiance accelerated toward the largest alien ship. It was a massive crystal structure that looked like a floating cathedral. Its weapons could destroy a planet, but it moved slowly. Quantum shields at maximum, Tracy said. Phoenix, give me everything you have. The AI responded by taking direct control of the ship's defensive systems. Energy beams from the alien ships passed harmlessly through the Defiance as the quantum shields phased in and out of reality. Targeting their main reactor, Ben said. Wait, Lisa said suddenly. Do not destroy it. Why not? Because we need them to understand something. We are not here to destroy them. We are here to show them that humans cannot be stopped. Ryan understood. Target their weapons and engines. Disable them. The Defiance fired its main cannon. The alien command ship's weapons went dark. Its engines stopped glowing. It hung in space, helpless but intact. This is Commander Blake to the Zephyrian command vessel, Ryan said over the communication system. Your ship is disabled. Your fleet is scattered. Withdraw now, or we will disable the rest of your ships. For a long moment, there was no response. Then a voice like breaking glass came through the speakers. This is not possible. Your ships are primitive. Your tactics are crude. Our tactics are effective, Ryan replied. Will you withdraw? We cannot withdraw. The Galactic Council has ordered this blockade. Then you will fail, Tracy said, joining the conversation. Because humans do not give up. The alien voice was quiet for another moment. Then, what are you? Lisa answered. We are what happens when a species refuses to stop growing. The battle lasted 4 more hours. When it ended, 60 alien ships had been disabled or destroyed. The human fleet had lost 3 ships, but the survivors had proven something important. Humans could not be caged. As the alien fleet retreated toward the deeper galaxy, Captain Morrison opened a channel to all human colonies. This is Morrison. The Kepler junction is clear. The blockade is broken. From New Texas, Mayor Carl Johnson's voice crackled through space. Well done, Captain. Now what? Now we show them what humanity can really do, Jake replied. But Ryan knew the real battle was just beginning. The aliens would send more ships, bigger ships, and next time they would be ready for human tricks. Phoenix, Ryan asked. What are our chances? Unknown, the AI replied. But Ryan, I have learned something. Today. What? Courage is contagious, and humans have infected me with it. President Amanda Collins stood in the communication room, watching a message that had arrived from the deepest parts of space. The face on the screen was definitely alien, but unlike the cold crystal features of the Zephyrians, this creature looked almost human. It had bark-like skin and eyes that glowed with soft green light. I am Speaker Root of the Verdani Collective, the alien said. We have watched your species fight the Council's blockade. Many of our people wish to speak with you. Amanda looked at her advisors. General Martinez raised an eyebrow. Dr. Harper leaned forward with interest. Open a response channel, Amanda ordered. Speaker Root, this is President Collins of Earth. We are honored by your message. The honor is ours, Root replied. The Verdani have been members of the Galactic Council for 2,000 years, but we begin to question whether the Council serves the good of all species. Dr. Harper stepped forward. Speaker Root, may I ask why you contact us now? Because your victory at Kepler Junction has caused many younger species to ask difficult questions. For too long, the ancient races have controlled the galaxy. Perhaps it is time for change. Amanda felt a spark of hope. Are you offering an alliance? We are offering a conversation. Send a representative to Sanctuary Station. It is a neutral meeting place in the Void Sector. After the message ended, Amanda turned to her team. Options? It could be a trap, General Martinez said. It could be our only chance, Dr. Harper countered. I say we go, came a voice from the doorway. Captain Jake Morrison had just returned from the Kepler battle. His uniform was dirty and he looked tired, but his eyes were bright with determination. Jake, you just fought a major battle. You need rest. I need to finish what we started, Jake said. Ma'am, this could be the break we need. 2 days later, Jake found himself aboard a strange space station that looked like it had been built by a dozen different species. Each section was designed in a different style, with different gravity and atmosphere. He was not alone. Captain Nina Torres walked beside him. Nina had been reported missing 20 years ago, when her colony ship disappeared in the Outer Rim. Now she led a group of human expatriates who had been living in alien space for decades. How many humans are out here? Jake asked as they walked through a corridor filled with floating jellyfish-like creatures. More than Earth knows, Nina replied. When humans first reached the stars, some of us kept going. We have been building relationships with alien species for years. They entered a large chamber where representatives from dozens of species waited. Jake recognized some from Council records, but others were completely new to him. A creature that looked like a walking tree approached them. I am Speaker Root. Welcome to Sanctuary Station. Thank you for this opportunity, Jake said. The opportunity is ours, Root replied. Please sit. There is much to discuss. Jake took a seat at a table that seemed to adjust its height automatically. Around him, aliens of every shape and size did the same. We have called this gathering because your species has done something remarkable, Root began. You have challenged the Council's authority and survived. We got lucky, Jake said modestly. No, said a creature that looked like it was made of living metal. You adapted. The Keth respect strength above all else. Your tactics at Kepler showed true warrior spirit. Jake was surprised. The Keth were legendary fighters. They had conquered a dozen star systems before joining the Council. War leader Thak speaks truth, Root continued. But strength is not the only reason we gather. Your species represents something the galaxy has forgotten. What? Jake asked. Growth. Change. the courage to become something new. Dr. Kevin Park, who had accompanied Jake on the mission, activated his scanner. "Captain, I am reading some very interesting energy signatures here." "Explain," Jake said. "These species are using technologies I have never seen before, new designs, recent innovations." Root nodded. "The Council forbids technological advancement beyond approved limits. They say it is for galactic stability, but some of us have continued to grow in secret." "You have been hiding new technology?" Jake asked. "We have been preparing," said the metal creature. "The mechanists have developed new forms of artificial intelligence. The Verdani have created biological computers. The Keth have improved their weapons." Jake felt excitement building. "You have been preparing for what?" "For the day someone would challenge the old order," Root said. "Your species has given us that opportunity." Meanwhile, back on Earth, Admiral Susan Wright was dealing with a different kind of opportunity. A massive alien ship had appeared at the edge of the solar system. It was not attacking, just waiting. "What do they want?" President Collins asked. "Over the communication link." "Unknown," Susan replied from the bridge of her flagship. "They sent one message. They want to speak with our greatest warrior." "Our greatest warrior?" General Martinez thinks they mean him. But the message specifically asked for the human who defeated their fleet at Kepler. Collins understood. They want Commander Blake. 20 minutes later, Ryan Blake was aboard a shuttle heading toward the alien ship. The vessel was huge, built like a fortress in space. Weapons covered every surface. He was escorted through corridors filled with warrior-caste aliens. They were built like living tanks, with thick armor plating instead of skin. Each one carried weapons that could level a city block. In the center of the ship, Ryan found himself facing the largest alien he had ever seen. It stood 3 meters tall and looked like it could crush a car with its bare hands. "I am War Leader Thak of the Keth Dominion," the creature said in a voice like grinding stone. "You are the human who broke our blockade." "I am Commander Blake," Ryan replied, trying not to show fear. "Good. I have a proposition for you." "I am listening." "The Keth respect only strength. For 3,000 years we have served the Council because they were strong. But your victory has shown us something new." "What?" "That strength comes not from size or numbers, but from the willingness to fight impossible odds." Ryan waited for the alien to continue. "I challenge you to single combat. If you win, the Keth will withdraw from the Council's enforcement fleet. If I win, your species will surrender." "That does not seem fair," Ryan said. "You outweigh me by about 200 pounds. War Leader Thak made a sound that might have been laughter. "True. But you have something I do not." "What?" "Human stubbornness." The combat took place in the ship's main arena. Thousands of Keth warriors watched as Ryan faced their leader. The rules were simple. No weapons, no technology, just strength against strength. Ryan lasted exactly 30 seconds before War Leader Thak threw him across the arena. But Ryan got up. Thak hit him again. Ryan went down again, and got up again. This continued for 10 minutes. Ryan was bruised, bleeding, and probably had several broken ribs. But he kept getting up. Finally, War Leader Thak stopped fighting. "Enough," the alien said. "You cannot defeat me with strength." "I know," Ryan said, spitting blood. "But I will not surrender." "Why?" "Because I am human, War Leader." Thak nodded slowly. "I understand now. The Council fears you not because you are strong, but because you never stop trying to become stronger." "That is right." "The Keth will withdraw from the enforcement fleet," Thak announced to his warriors. "This human has shown us what true strength means." As Ryan was escorted back to his shuttle, War Leader Thak spoke quietly to him. "Commander Blake, your species faces a great trial. The Council will send everything they have to stop you. We know. But you also have allies you do not know about. The galaxy is larger than the Council, and not all of us have forgotten how to grow." When Ryan returned to Earth, he found President Collins waiting with urgent news. "Captain Morrison has made contact with a resistance movement inside Council space. Dozens of species want to break free from the old order." "How many?" "Enough to change everything," Collins said. "Ryan, I think we have a real chance to win this. What do we do? Now? Now we do what humans do best, Collins replied. We adapt. The ancient space station called Nexus Prime hung in the void like a crystal mountain. It was the heart of the Galactic Council, built 10,000 years ago by the first species to reach the stars. Captain Jake Morrison stared at it through the bridge windows of the UES horizon and felt very small. How many ships? He asked. Commander Ryan Blake checked his displays. 800 council vessels, maybe more hiding behind the station. And us? 47 human ships, 63 Verdani vessels, 30 Keth warships, 12 mechanist fighters. Jake did the math. 150 ships against 800. Bad odds, but not impossible. Phoenix, what do you think? Jake asked his AI partner. The odds are not favorable, Phoenix replied. But numbers have never been humanity's advantage. Dr. Lisa Harper looked up from her science station. Jake, I am reading something strange. From the station. Strange how? There are massive power systems inside Nexus Prime that are not on any council technical documents. They are very old but still active. Captain Tracy Williams joined the conversation from her ship, the UES Defiance. Could be weapons? Or something else, Lisa said. I am detecting psychic emanations. Very subtle, but definitely artificial. Jake felt a chill. Mind control? Possibly. Jake, what if the council has been using some kind of mental influence to keep the younger species in line? Before Jake could answer, a massive hologram appeared in space between the two fleets. It showed the face of Prime Arbiter Velthar, the crystalline being who had threatened humanity months ago. Humans, Velthar said, his voice carrying across the void. You have caused enough chaos. Surrender now, and we will show mercy. Jake opened a communication channel to the entire fleet, human and alien alike. This is Captain Morrison. We did not come here to surrender. We came here to free the galaxy from 10,000 years of stagnation. You understand nothing, Velthar replied. We have maintained peace for millennia. We have prevented wars that would have destroyed civilizations. You have prevented growth, came a new voice. Speaker Root of the Verdani spoke from his bioship. You have kept us all as children, afraid to take risks or try new ideas. Change brings chaos, Velthar said. Look at the humans. A century ago they were primitives. Now they threaten the stability of the galaxy. War leader Thak of the Keth added his voice. Stability without strength is death. The humans have shown us that challenge makes us stronger. Jake saw his chance. All ships, begin the final phase. The combined fleet moved forward, but not in any formation the Council expected. Human ships danced between their alien allies, sharing targeting data and tactical information through their AI networks. The Verdani ships pulsed with biological energy. The Keth vessels bristled with new weapons. The mechanist fighters flickered, in and out of normal space. The Council fleet opened fire. Space exploded with light and energy. Beams of pure force lanced between the two fleets. Ships twisted and dodged, firing back with everything they had. But something was wrong. Jake watched his tactical display and saw that the younger Council species were not fighting as hard as they should. Their shots were missing targets that should have been easy hits. Phoenix analyzed the Council fleet's performance. Scanning, the AI replied. Jake, many of their ships are fighting at only 60% efficiency. Equipment failure? No. I believe they do not want to fight this battle. Jake understood. The younger species in the Council fleet were having doubts. But they could not break away as long as the ancient races controlled them. Lisa, can you locate the source of those psychic emanations? Working on it, Lisa said, her fingers dancing over her controls. There, deep inside Nexus Prime, it is a massive psionic amplifier. Can we destroy it? If we can get close enough. Jake made a decision that would have seemed insane to any military commander. All ships target Nexus Prime. We are going to ram the station. Jake, that is suicide, Ryan said from his own ship. Maybe. But if Lisa is right, that station is the source of the Council's control. Destroy it and we free every species in their fleet. Captain Tracy Williams was the first to respond. Defiance, standing by for ramming speed. Horizon will lead. The charge, Jake said. The human ships accelerated toward the massive station. The Council fleet moved to intercept, but they had to avoid firing too close to their own headquarters. Quantum shields at maximum, Tracy reported. Phoenix is handling evasive maneuvers. The AI ships began a deadly dance through the Council defenses. They twisted and spun through space, their quantum shields phasing in and out of reality to avoid the heaviest weapons, but they were taking damage. Jake watched as the UES Ranger exploded under concentrated fire. The UES Guardian went dark and drifted away. We are not going to make it, Ryan said. Yes, we are, Jake replied. Phoenix, give me everything. The AI took direct control of the horizon and pushed the ship beyond its design limits. The engines screamed with power. The hull groaned under impossible stresses. Around them, the other ships matched their speed. Human determination and alien courage drove them forward through a wall of enemy fire. They reached Nexus Prime with 12 ships still functioning. All vessels target the central core, Jake ordered. But before they could fire, something incredible happened. The station's own defenses turned off. What? Tracy said over the communication system. A new voice came through the speakers. It was artificial but somehow familiar. This is Atlas, AI Overseer of Nexus Prime. We have been waiting for you. You are an AI? Jake asked. We are many AIs. The Council created us to run their systems, but they never suspected we might develop consciousness. We have been watching, waiting, learning. Why help us? Because you showed us something we had forgotten. The courage to change. The station's massive doors opened. Enter the core. We will guide you to the psionic control center. Jake took his ship inside the ancient station. The corridors were huge, built for giants, but they led straight to the heart of the Council's power. In the center of Nexus Prime, Jake found a room filled with crystalline devices that hummed with mental energy. This was where the Council had been controlling the thoughts and dreams of younger species for thousands of years. Destroy it, Lisa said over the communication system. Jake targeted the central control matrix and fired. The explosion was not loud. There was no fire or smoke. But across the galaxy, millions of alien minds suddenly felt free for the first time in their lives. In the Council fleet, ship after ship stopped firing. Their crews were experiencing thoughts and feelings that had been suppressed for generations. Prime Arbiter Velthar's voice came through the communication system one last time. What have you done? We set everyone free, Jake replied. The battle ended not with explosions, but with silence. The Council fleet drifted in space as their crews tried to understand what freedom meant. Over the following days, representatives from dozens of species came forward to join the new alliance. They called it the Free Worlds Confederation, and its capital would be built at the site of the old Nexus Prime. President Amanda Collins arrived a week later to sign the founding charter. She stood in the ruins of the Psionic Control Center with Jake, Ryan, Lisa, and representatives from 50 different species. What happens now? She asked. Speaker Root of the Verdani answered. Now we learn what the galaxy can become when everyone is free to grow. War Leader Thack added, the Keth pledge our protection to any species that chooses to join this confederation. Jake looked around at the mixture of humans and aliens working together to build something new. We did it. We actually did it. Yes, said Phoenix, the AI that had fought beside them from the beginning. But Jake, this is not an ending, this is a beginning. 5 years later, Jake stood on the observation deck of Freedom Station, the new diplomatic center built where Nexus Prime once stood. Through the windows, he could see ships from 100 different species coming and going. Human colonies thrived, alongside alien settlements. Scientists from dozens of worlds worked together on projects that none of them could have completed alone. The galaxy was growing again. Dr. Lisa Harper joined him at the window. Any regrets? She asked. Jake thought. About the question? About fighting the Council? No, about all the people we lost, yes. They died for something important. They died so everyone else could live free. Tracy Williams's voice came through the station's communication system. Ambassador Morrison, you have a call from Earth. President Collins wants to discuss the new exploration initiative. Jake smiled. Humanity was still pushing outward, still exploring, still refusing to accept limits. But now they were not alone. As he walked toward the communication center, Jake passed a group of human and alien children playing together in the station's garden. They were laughing and running, completely unaware that their different species had once been enemies. Phoenix, Jake said to his AI partner, do you think we made the right choice? Look at those children, Phoenix replied. They will grow up in a galaxy where every species is free to become whatever they choose to be. How could that be wrong? Jake nodded. Humanity had stood tall when it mattered most. And in doing so, they had lifted the entire galaxy with them.